Ladies and gentlemen, good evening and welcome to the 2020 Research and Recognition Awards. My name is Tabile Sokupa, the Director of Special Projects in the Office of the DVC Research and Innovation. This year's theme is Making Research Count in the Time of COVID. The awards for this year are in recognition of the immense contribution that our researchers have made over the past year.
Good evening. It is indeed a pleasure for me to open this 2020 Research and Recognition Awards. Since the end of 2019 to now, it has been a journey and we have had to learn to adapt. The COVID-19 outbreak has been a sharp reminder that pandemics will cross our paths at some point or another, and we should be prepared to dampen the effects on society. As we are in the middle of a pandemic, it is very difficult to estimate its long-term effects, and thus we have had to make adaptations in all spheres of our lives, including hosting our Research and Recognition Awards virtually. However, tonight we also celebrate the end of our successful Research Week, which was also implemented virtually. Prior to Research Week, we had several and continue to have engaging webinars that allows us to share our research and the impact it is having on society. Although this pandemic has had some negative effects, which include severe cuts in funding for research both nationally and internationally, there's also been opportunities to do things differently. The cuts in the research funding has led to us having had to have conversations, collaborative conversations, when applying for funds and addressing key concerns in our societies. Currently, it is difficult to estimate the long-term effects on behavior or societal consequences of this pandemic. But one thing is sure, and that is, we are going to think differently about the research we conduct and how we will make it count for our communities. Tonight, however, is an opportunity to celebrate the students, the academics, and the support staff who makes it possible for us at UWC to conduct the research that allows us to make a difference in our communities. This event is like a light that shines on those who continue to demonstrate the resilience and hard work needed to make UWC successful. We wish all the nominees all the best and congratulations to all the winners this evening.
I'd like to introduce you to our presenters who will then be presenting the awards in the different categories.
Our first award recognizes the top performing graduate from a master's program. Nominees in this category completed their master's program within the allowed time and graduated between May 2019 and April 2020. The nominees in this category are the award for Best Graduate from a Master's Program goes to
Amy Schroeder. Amy Schroeder is an MEC graduate of the Biodiversity and Conservation Biology Department at the University of the Western Cape. She is industrious, intelligent, and can think on her feet. She represents the best of our students at UWC, and her winning this award will inspire countless other young women. Her work will leave a lasting legacy in the community, something every young scientist should aspire to.
Best Graduate from a Doctoral Program. This award recognizes the top performing student from a doctoral program in the 2019 academic year. Nominees in this category completed their degrees within the allowed time, and the degrees were conferred between May 2019 and April 2020. The nominees for Best Doctoral Student are The award for Best Doctoral Graduate goes to
Dr. Babatope Adebiyi. Dr. Adebiyi's thesis was entitled Fetal Alcohol Spectrum Disorders, the Development of Guidelines to Inform Policy. 5 out of 7 articles from the thesis have been published in high-impact, peer-review international journals, and 2 are under review. The guideline developed from this thesis has the potential to assist policymakers to formulate a multi-sectoral policy for the prevention and management of the disorder in South Africa.
Supervisor Awards. The next category recognizes postgraduate supervision and throughput as indicated by the number of students graduated in the 2019 academic year. The adjudication period included ceremonies from May 2019 until April 2020. Most students graduated at a master's level. This award recognizes the academic who graduated the most students at a master's level during the 2019 academic year. Where there were ties, the time to degree and examiner reports were considered. The nominees for most productive supervisor at master's level are the award for graduating the most students at a master's level goes to
Dr. Thokozani Kanyerere. Dr. Kanyerere is a senior lecturer and an environmental hydrogeologist with an interest in groundwater management, groundwater and surface water interactions, and integrated water resource management.
Most students graduated at a doctoral level. This award recognizes the academic who produced the most doctorates during the 2019 academic year. Where there were ties, the time to degree and the examiner reports were considered. The nominee for most productive supervisor of doctoral students are the award for most students graduated at a doctoral level goes to
Professors E. Iwoha and K. Patida. Professor Iwoha is a National Research Foundation A-rated researcher, the Saatchi Chair for Nanoelectrochemistry and Sensor Technology and a Senior Professor of Chemistry. Professor Patida is a Senior Professor in the Department of Mathematics and has contributed to postgraduate student development and research output.
Best Faculty Open Source Repository. This award recognizes a faculty that has deposited the most academic papers in the library repository within the last academic year and has demonstrated significant growth. And the winner is Best Librarian Support. This award recognizes the best librarian who has supported the faculty and the institution towards research excellence. And the nominees are and the winner is
Mark Snyders. Mark Snyders is currently the Manager for Scholarly Communication at the UWC Library. His job is focused on advocacy, support, and training of researchers in research data management. He also provides publishing support for UWC authors, as well as developing and managing UWC journals. He is currently pursuing an MPhil degree in digital curation.
The Innovation Award is divided into two categories, namely the Award for Innovation with Impact in Society and the Award for IP registered or filed in the last 2 years, 2018 to 2019. And the nominees for the Award for Innovation with Impact in Society are and the winner is
Zenzeleni Networks. Zenzeleni Networks is a social innovation ecosystem through which rural communities have ownership of their telecommunication businesses, allowing them to maximize its benefits and value. Its roots are founded in a postgraduate doctoral research program at the University of the Western Cape.
And the nominees for the award for IP registered or filed in the last 2 years are and the winner is
Professor Vladimir Linkov. Professor Linkov initiated the first hydrogen and fuel cell research program in South Africa, which became the foundation of the HISA National Flagship Program. HISA Systems is an industry, technology, and prototype development-oriented competence center, which has demonstrated on many occasions its ability to develop, build, commission, and validate energy systems.
I will now be presenting the award for Creative Arts Output Award. This award recognizes an individual who has produced creative arts projects within the last year and has demonstrated significant growth in one or more subject areas. And the winner is
Professor Julia Martin. Professor Martin's 2019 memoir, The Black Ridge House, is a story of home and displacement, mothers and daughters, death and dementia, love and war, and the journey to a forgotten address. Readers' responses to The Black Ridge House have been consistently enthusiastic. The book received acclaim from Michelle Magwood, the highly influential editor of the Sunday Times book page, and novelist Michelle Haynes in Noseweek.
And the winner is
Timpo Makapela. Timpo Makapela is the Student Project Officer at the Gender Equity Unit. She studied public administration and has applied her skills in driving the Edu Drama program at the unit. She has worked as writer, coordinator, performer and director of 11 productions, including The Citizen, What's Left Out, My Daily Bread, Reclaiming the P Word and Sister, Sister, Sister. These plays have been performed in mainstream theatres such as the Baxter, Artscape, Magnet Theatre and at the National Arts Festival in Makanda.
I will now be presenting the award for Faculty Book Prize Award. The award recognizes the researcher who has published a book within the last academic year and has demonstrated significant growth and impact in one or more subject areas. And the nominees are and the winner is
Professor Ernst Conradi. The T&T Clark Handbook on Christian Theology and Climate Change is regarded in academic circles as one of the significant contributions in the areas of religion and climate change. The book is a scholarly volume that contributes to scholarly work and environmental activism. It advances research and is ideal for university postgraduate teaching and learning.
Good evening. I will now present the award for the emerging researcher. This award recognizes an academic at the level of associate lecturer or lecturer who does not have the PhD and has demonstrated research output through postgraduate supervision and publications in the 2019 academic year, and the nominees are
And the winner is
Elsie Haysamen. Elsie Haysamen is a lecturer in the Department of Mercantile and Labour Law in the Faculty of Law at the University of the Western Cape. Her passion has always been academia, particularly research within the broader field of South African individual labour law. She is currently busy with doctoral studies, exploring the ongoing importance of indirect, unfair employee discrimination in the South African workplace.
I will now present the award for the Early Career Researcher. This award recognizes the early career researcher who has completed their PhD within the last 5 years and has demonstrated significant growth and impact in research output. In this category, we focus on lecturers and senior lecturers. Research output is measured in terms of publications, student supervision, and conference attendance. And the nominees are
And the winner is
Dr. Adrian Engelbrecht. Dr. Adrian Engelbrecht is a senior lecturer in the Department of Biodiversity and Conservation Biology. He has vast experience in molecular biology covering chromosomal evolution, taxonomy, population genetics, and metagenomics.
I will now make the award for the Mid-Career Researcher. This award recognizes the mid-career researcher who has completed their PhD within the last 10 years and has demonstrated significant growth and impact in publications, student supervision, grant funding, and conference attendance. And the nominees are
and the winner is
Associate Professor Marietta Du Plessis. Professor Du Plessis is a registered industrial psychologist with more than 10 years of consulting and 9 years of academic experience. Her niche research area is positive leadership, specifically within the higher education context. At UWC, she's the champion of the emerging niche area, leadership development in higher education, under the Historically Disadvantaged Institution grant. She also holds NRF grant funding under the Human and Social Dynamics track.
I will now be presenting the award for Established Researcher. This award recognizes the best established researcher who has demonstrated significant growth and impact in one or more subject areas. And the nominees are and the winner is
Professor Nicolette Roman. Professor Roman is an NRF-rated researcher and currently holds the position of a South African Research Chair in Human Capabilities, Social Cohesion and the Family in the Centre for Interdisciplinary Studies of Children, Families and Society in the Faculty of Community and Health Sciences. She has published and presented her research both locally and internationally and has grown the critical mass in family science in South Africa.
I will now be presenting the award for Women in Research. This award recognizes a woman researcher who has demonstrated significant growth and impact in one or more subject areas. And the nominees are and the winner is
Professor Joy Papier. Professor Papier is the director of the Institute for Post-School Studies in the Faculty of Education at the University of the Western Cape. The Institute undertakes training and development of adult educators and TVET college lecturers, post-schooling research, and policy analysis in the vocational, adult education, and higher education sectors.
I will now be presenting the award for Best Faculty Administrator Support. This award recognizes the best administrator who has supported the faculty and the institution towards research excellence. And the nominees are and the winner is
Ms. Fahima Pathan. Ms. Pathan specializes in administrative duties to the research portfolio and is responsible for all researchers' ethics, project registration, and funding applications to the Research Development and Research and Innovations Office.
I will now be presenting the award for Best Unit Administrator Support. This award recognizes the best administrator who has supported postgraduate and research excellence in units for the institution. And the nominees are and the winner is
Miss Elaine Peterson. Ms. Peterson demonstrates an extraordinary commitment to the Center of Excellence in Food Security as well as the university community. She provides exceptional support and service to the Center, collaborating institutions, researchers, and students.
I will now be presenting the Faculty Award. This award recognizes a faculty that has demonstrated significant growth in terms of research output. I will now be presenting the Department Award. This award recognizes a department that has demonstrated significant growth in terms of research output.
Thank you to our presenters. I'd like to introduce you to the DVC Research and Innovation, Professor José Frantz, who will be giving special recognition awards as well as concluding the ceremony of the day.
The DVC Special Recognition Award is divided into two categories. Firstly, we recognize the researchers who were awarded or reconfirmed their A rating with the NRF. The second category recognizes UWC stakeholders who have made a contribution to research and innovation at UWC. In the first category of NRF A-rated researchers, for this year, we recognize Prof Mario Santos. Professor Santos is a South African research chair in cosmology with multi-wavelength data. Prof Santos' main area of research is cosmology. In particular, he is studying how the next generation of large radio telescopes, such as the Meerkat in South Africa and the future SKA, will be able to answer fundamental questions in cosmology. The huge volumes of data that will be provided by these experiments also allow for unique and exciting ways to develop novel statistical analysis techniques. Congratulations, Prof Santos, and continue to fly the UWC flag high. This award recognizes UWC stakeholders who has demonstrated significant contribution and impact in research and innovation at UWC. And the first person we would like to honor at these 2020 Research Awards is Professor Rameshwar Baruthram. Professor Baruthram was appointed Deputy Vice-Chancellor Academic at the University of the Western Cape in January 2008. He has served tertiary education in South Africa for 48 years in several capacities, but today he is honored for his contribution for promoting research at UWC and leading UWC to become one of the leading research universities in South Africa and on the African continent. During his term as the DVC at the university, he was appointed by the Minister of Science and Technology, the then Dr. Naledi Pandor, as the head of the astronomy desk from 2012 to 2014. He oversaw the process that led to the development of South Africa's long-term strategic plan for astronomy, which included human capacity development. In 2015, Prof Baruthram became the first South African to be awarded a Lifetime Achievement Award for exceptional leadership in research management by the DST and the South African Research and Innovation Management Association, SARIMA. Today, we thank Prof Ramesh Baruthram for the vision and drive he had for UWC.
I wish to express my gratitude to Professor José Frantz and UWC for this award. My period of services at UWC was indeed very special, and as such it was part of a 50-year career in higher education in South Africa. During this lifetime, I have contributed to the development of several universities and was very privileged to do that. Moreover, because of my special interest in the partnership between universities and the national system of science and innovation, I've also contributed to the programs and initiatives of the Department of Higher Education and Training, the Department of Science and Innovation, as well as agencies such as the NRF, the Water Research Commission, and our national science councils. As we go forward, COVID-19 has presented us with new challenges, and this demands on us to be innovative in finding out-of-the-box solutions. There is still some work for us to do. Thank you.
Our second person to be honored as part of the DVC Special Recognition Awards is Prof Vivian Bozalek. Prof Bozalek was the Director of Teaching and Learning at UWC till the end of 2019, a post in which she drove the agenda of scholarship of teaching and learning with passion. She retired as a senior professor at UWC and is currently an emeritus professor in the Women's and Gender Studies unit here at UWC. She was the recipient of the Vice-Chancellor's Award for Excellence in Teaching and Learning in 2007 and received the National Excellence in Teaching and Learning Award from the Higher Education Learning and Teaching Association of South Africa in 2010. Prof Bozalek is one of the researchers at UWC that truly pioneered the scholarship of teaching and learning, and more importantly, was a key driver of interdisciplinary and transdisciplinary research and ensuring that knowledge translation occurs through collaboration. Prof José has published over 100 national and international publications, and she continues to contribute to the scholarship of teaching and learning. Today, we thank Professor José and we recognize the valuable contribution she has made to UWC.
Thank you for this opportunity to express my appreciation to the DVC Research and to UWC for recognizing my contribution to the institution's research project. I'd also like to acknowledge the enormous role that UWC has played in my trajectory as a researcher. I think it was largely due to UWC that I got access to so many opportunities. In the 1990s, through the Utrecht University UniTwin program and through Women's and Gender Studies, I was able to do my PhD at Utrecht University and to have access to wonderful academics such as Selma Sevenhazen, Rosie Bradotti, Trudy Canane, Joan Tronto, among others, some of whom I'm still collaborating with on research projects and writing with up till today. I also gained access to SANPAD, which is the South African Netherlands research program on alternatives to development, because of UWC being classified as a historically disadvantaged institution at the time. I was able to go on their Research Capacity Initiative program, which was very useful for my PhD, and they also funded an interinstitutional project with Stellenbosch University and UWC on bringing students together across these universities and across disciplines, which was very generative for all involved. Through UWC and the partnership with the University of Missouri and that exchange program, I was able to work from the early 1990s with Professor Lois Pierce from the St. Louis campus, and also more recently with Candice Kuby from the Columbia campus. Through Women's and Gender Studies, I also went to the University of Maryland, where we developed very interesting online transdisciplinary courses. Ours was on women's health and well-being, with the Universities of Makerere, West Indies, Bar-Ilan and Maryland, which was successfully taught on a postgraduate level. UWC has also supported me in my applications to the NRF. I've had some interesting projects on emerging technologies in higher education, socially just pedagogies, and the latest one on doing academia differently. These projects have supported many PhD students who I've supervised along the way. I'm also grateful to my friends and colleagues at UWC and many other places in the world who've contributed to my development, challenging my ideas and taking them further. I've learned a lot in designing and teaching, writing for publication courses for academics, together with other institutions in the Western Cape, and in participating in many reading and writing groups that I've been part of across times and spaces. UWC has been a place which has encouraged me and other researchers, giving me lots of opportunities, and I'm very grateful for this.
Our third and last person we want to celebrate and recognize today is Professor Rod Uphoff. As we aim to drive research and innovation at UWC, partnerships and collaborations are key. And the University of Missouri and UWC have a partnership of over 30 years. It is one partnership that has impacted the lives of many UWC academics and students. And one of the key drivers for the success of this partnership is Professor Rod Uphoff. Prof Uphoff is an extraordinary professor of law at the University of the Western Cape and has been part of the UWC family for 18 years. He has made UWC his second home and understands the DNA of UWC. He has a passion for understanding the needs of the academics and students at UWC, and in a collegial manner finds opportunities for our staff and students to connect with staff and students at Missouri. Henry Ford once said, and I quote, "Coming together is a beginning. Staying together is a process. and working together is success. Prof Aphof has ensured that UWC and University of Missouri work together to be successful. We want to take this opportunity to acknowledge and thank Prof Aphof for his continued commitment to UWC.
I'm very honored to receive this award. I'd like to thank DVC Frantz for nominating me for it. I've been coming to UWC since 2002. It's been a special privilege for me to work with the students, staff, and leadership of UWC. It's a very special place, especially to me. Thank you, and I look forward to working with you all for many years to come.
Wow, that was awesome! We have reached the end of our 2020 Research and Recognition Awards. Congratulations to all our winners. May you continue to keep the flame alive of moving from hope to action through knowledge. It has been exciting to notice that there have been several women that have received awards, and the new category of recognizing women researchers is showing that we are making the shifts needed at UWC. Another highlight for me this evening is to see that amongst the nominees this evening were candidates from the Developing the Research Scholar Program who have been groomed over the past 3 years and have been able to be recognized as emerging researchers. Well done, and may we continue to grow from strength to strength. One of our greatest leaders once said, and I quote, "What counts in life is not the mere fact that we have lived. It is what difference we have made to the lives of others that will determine the significance of the life we lead." I close the quote by Nelson Mandela. As we close this evening off, we want to acknowledge the behind-the-scenes angels who make an event like this a success. Thank you to all the faculties and support units who provided the nominees' information to make this awards possible. A special thank you to Hassan and his wonderful team for walking this journey with us as we put together this virtual event this evening. Your patience and diligence to making this a success is appreciated. To my core team, under the leadership of Dr. Sakupa, thank you for all your hard work and commitment. A leader is only as successful as a committed team, and I have been blessed with a committed team. As we let our own light shine, we unconsciously give other people permission to do the same. Thank you and be blessed.